Hi everybody, we're at NAMM. It's 2017. It's Wednesday, it's the day before the show starts. NAMM's turned into a huge party. It's just a monstrous party. It's just turned into this thing that the whole industry shows up and everybody's happy to see each other. And the underpinnings of it are everybody showing their wares, and I want to go through everything we have in our booth with all y'all now. All y'all, that means I'm south of Mason-Dixon line, okay. So, the first line that I'm going to hit are our SE guitars, and these are our signature models. You've got a Alex Lifeson and a Carlos Santana, a Mark Holcomb and a Zach Myers and a Mark Tremonti. You know, I'm noticing more and more people buying these guitars as things that they want signed and they put on their wall. They use them as things to go to gigs with. They use them for rehearsing. They use them for buying for their kids. They use them for playing themselves, and they use them as pieces of art, which is very cool. You know, I see this more and more and more and more. All right, so then we're starting to make 7-string SEs, and we're making Floyd Rose SEs, and there's all these new SEs that we're doing, including the custom 24. We also are now making custom 22 SEs. We've got hollow ones, we've got single cut ones, we've got straight ones. So you can get 24 fret, you can get 22 fret if you want. And what's coming, if you want longer scales, you want more of this new modern 7-string thing, we're doing it. Look, the whole idea here is if you're looking for a guitar in the SE line, and we're going to get to S2 and customs and all that, it's all here for you. I want to also note that we've changed the pickups on SEs. We've updated them, and it's getting almost 100% acceptance in terms of what our customers are saying about what we changed them to. We've also changed the logos on the guitars, and we've made them look closer to our core line, but the separation is still there, and so it's all still really good. What's interesting, you know, when they auction guitars off at charities, very often they'll get an SE from us, and the people in the audience are sure it was a made in Maryland guitar, which is great. I mean, the quality is right there. We're also doing our standard SE standard guitars, which are price point guitars, something under $500 at MAP, which is really good for us. We have long scale guitars. These are baritones that we've got, and we've also got 4-string basses, our Kingfisher and Kestrel bass. I wouldn't call it a long scale guitar, but it's a bass. They're all in longer scales. Actually, this is splitting the difference in a way between guitars and basses, right? People are getting a big, thick tone out of it. Our acoustics, we've got the AE10 and AE20 and AE30 are acoustics. We sell a lot of SE acoustics. It's not just a beater guitar. These are really good sounding instruments for whatever your needs are, whether it be to write songs or to play in your band or to do acoustic gigs or whatever it is, they seem to do the job. Our deal is we wanted to make absolutely the best thing for that price point you could possibly buy. We're also making 22 fret S2s. Now S2 is a guitar that's made in Maryland for about 2/5 the price of where we started with our customs. So if you want a guitar made by the same people in the same factory, and you want to, and price is an issue, we make these beautiful S2 guitars, and this is the beginning of that line. These are the 22 fret versions. So there's a 22 fret custom with a maple cap, and then you've got mahogany guitars. We're going to go along now. We're looking at the same thing, but now 24 fret. 24 fret ones with thin nitro finishes, or you can get the gloss finish, or we can get the curly maple one at the bottom. So now you're starting to see guitars out of our Maryland factory that are 22, 24 fret. We also make single cut ones. And as you can see, that the line is getting very even and full. Whatever you're looking for, we seem to have a good answer for it. And it's not just to try and answer a question. We're trying to make quality instruments here. So these are single cuts. You've got gloss ones and satin ones and curly maple top ones. We also make S2s in semi-hollows, and we're starting to sell a lot of semi-hollow guitars. There's a semi-hollow Mira here, semi-hollow custom, semi-hollow single cut. We also do these new body shape guitars that are going well for us, Velas and Starlas and Miras. this is a special, if I remember correctly, there's an open order window for doing these satin Vela limited editions that's open right now. When we do an open order window, our dealers can order what they think their customers are going to want, and we'll do a limited run of it. Once again, you've got Velas, and here's a Mira and a Starlight. All weird things. I love when the Starlight came out and the Vela came out. I thought they were Tisco Del Reys that worked. You know, wonderful modern guitars from an ilk of vintage instruments that were much clearer sounding and low power. All right, so now we get into what we call our core line. These are our CE guitars, and we released this last year. It's still going really well. We make a lot of these things. They're just a workhorse guitar that came back for us. It's a bolt-on maple neck in a slightly less carved body, and we make a lot of CEs. That's going well. Now we are in the area that we're known for. What we started with 22 fret customs. We started with a 24 fret custom, but it quickly became apparent that most of our artists wanted to play 22 fret guitars and have the bass pickup be a little closer to the neck. Obviously, when you have add extra 2 frets, it moves the pickup slightly, and this would be the 24 fret customs. You've got our original custom, and you've got a custom with a piezo system in it, which is 2 separate guitars, all on one guitar, and then there's a Floyd Bros version. It's interesting. We take the arms off them because after the show, people steal the arms in the booth, so that's why they're not in here. Why they do it, I don't know, but they seem to disappear. So the Floyds and the guitars are on display without the arms. Did you ever notice that the arms aren't in the guitars? It's because they have a way of walking out of the booth. And now our McCartys. This is the original McCarty that we're making. We also make our 594 McCarty and our new single cut 594. We make a lot of 594s. This is going very, very well for us. So if you're looking for an original McCarty, which is 25-inch scale with a slightly shorter 24.594 scale guitars, we've got them here. We also have specialty guitars. We came out with our new 509, which is a new version of the 513. We used some of these in recording sessions this year, and there wasn't a tone we couldn't get out that we were looking for, especially on the rhythm guitar side. We also make 408s, and then the guitar that I play, I don't even want to mention what the name of it is, the Balls guitar, whatever. We also do hollow bodies. This was something we demonstrated in our booth over a 10-year period. We make hollow bodies without piezo systems. We make hollow bodies with piezo systems. It's 2 guitars in one. You can see that they're literally 2 guitars. You can go into the PA and into your amp, or both at the same time. It's completely separated into 2 instruments. Also, once in a while, we make 12 strings, and we brought one, which is very cool. So now we get into our signature guitars. We've got Tremonti signature guitars, which we sell beautifully, Santana guitars, and DGTs. There's a very large number of the artists in Nashville playing DGTs. We see them all over the place. They're a professional player's guitar, which has this complex Texas tone in it, right off the bat. We have Gary Granger basses. The Gary Granger basses are not just played by Gary, but they're played by a lot of other musicians, including Rhonda Smith from Jeff Beck's band. There's a 4 here and there's a 5 here. Then we have something very cool that we did this year. Come on, bring the camera, bring the camera. These are real touring guitars from Mark Holcomb, from Mark Tremonti. This is the guitar that he played on My Sacrifice. This is Carlos's guitar that he's been touring with for years and years. We asked these artists, would they send their original touring guitars back to put on display. This is one of the guitars that John Mayer played on the Dead and Company tour. This is the black 15-inch guitar that Neil Sean's been playing in Journey concerts over the last 4 years. This is his beloved instrument, which we borrowed back. This is the guitar that John McLaughlin's been playing every night when he plays out with the skyline of New York in it. And this is Jack Fowler's guitar from Sleeping with Sirens. So what we did was we went to artists and said, can we put these guitars on display that you've been touring with? And they said, sure, you can borrow the guitar. What's interesting about these instruments is they're all in pretty good shape, except this one's that way. But we could have hung them up as private stocks or prototypes or models, and you would have thought they were the same as all the other stuff I showed you. And these are the famous touring guitars that these guys use. So these are our amplifiers. This is a David Grissom 30-watt amp, an extraordinary sounding amp. I recently did a tour with David, and everybody that plugged one in was like, wow. Very often an amp will sit there and people don't plug into them. That thing is a high-end professional piece of audio gear. It's a wonderful amp. We've got our HXDAs. They come in combos now. And we've just released Sonzera. We have Sonzera 20-watt amps and Sonzera 50s, and there's a 50-watt combo down here. This is a very interesting sounding amp where you can get crystal clean tones and these really thick, old, meaty boutique amp tones out of the same thing. When we released it, my phone lit up with people going, oh my God, I watched the video. And I'm sure that the video was with Brian doing the demo, but this thing lit up my phone. It's doing really well. We also sell a 112 cabinet, 100-watt Archons. There are videos all over the internet about Archons. They're easy. There's a 50-watt Archon here as well, combo. We also brought a 2-channel custom, 20-watt custom and a 2-channel 50-watt custom, and our 212 cabinets that we sell all the time. There are also private stock guitars in here, and these are some beautiful instruments. We're a year backward on private stock right now, and there's a real demand for these gorgeous instruments, and it would be really nice if you could do a separate video for everybody and get Paul Miles' take on every one of these when they get lit up in the morning. I would really appreciate that. So look, everybody, that's our booth. That's what we're doing. If you want an amp, if you want a guitar, we've got it for you. Now, there's going to be a release of a product here, and let me show it to you. The John Mayer amps are going to be coming out. It's a JMod 100 top and the 212 cabinet, or you can get it with the 410. He's going to be here doing a press conference for us on Friday. We released this information in the videos of him playing them online yesterday. My phone lit up again. So this is, once again, a very high-end piece of audio gear. This is not just an amp. This is the amp that he used on tour with Dead Company, and he's planning on using it on the tours coming up. So there you have it, everybody. Welcome to NAMM. If you make it here, I'm sure you'll end up being in a party situation, but we all are also here to sell gear, and we wanted to give you guys, gals, all of y'all, a view of the booth. So there you go. The person behind the camera is Hunter, and he's done a hell of a job following me around. And there you go. See you, bye.